of the rotating reactors. And then in understanding that, transferring the knowledge to the soul of the man, creation of the soul of the man, then we see exact combination, the exact work. But now, with this, it gives us a very powerful tool. This powerful tool is for us to understand how to remanifest ourselves in the dimension of the physicality of the man when we return back to earth. Transformation into one dimension to another will become one of the trickiest games for human race to understand. It's not that we will not be able to, but in a way to understand the process, once we learn that on this planet, then we can test it and replicate it across the universe. What does initially this mean? Can I share the screen, please?
Yes, go
Yes.
ahead.
What does this means to all of us? It's very simple. If you remember the existence of sun in the interaction with the existence of planet Earth, in interface position of the fields that led to creation of the amino acid, what we call Mr. Cohen, has a great game to play. We have and we cannot miss this. Because in the scientific world, in the present time, we talk about amino acid, we talk about life, we talk about creation of this planet, and everything with it is connected to the sky, Mr. Cohen. You got to understand the 4 elements of the amino acid, imbalance interaction, when in the composition become part of the egg and the sperm, which in totality, let's say 8 of them, lead to creation of dynamic processes, which this dynamic process now tries to find a balance. And in trying to find a balance, it creates within the structure, even it looks physically dimensional matter division, but it creates a field rotation. Now you have a circle and a sphere, rotating a sphere of the energy which is not from the father nor from the mother, but in totality a new combination. Where in essence, for all to be in balance, it needs to create a central balance point, which all fields from all have a balance field connection with a center, what we call the soul of the man. Even though each one of them has its own center of operation. But the beauty of this is very simple. Now that I have created it, the energy absorbed, I take energy from the environment too. Where this environment is the womb of the mother. That's how I can divide. This is how I can have more. It doesn't come from nowhere. This new soul, this new center, starts absorbing energy from the liquid, from the plasma of the womb of the mother, from the environment, and through strength from the universe. It is absolutely, absolutely crucial for you to understand this. As I said, this picture, if you understand, could be one of the most important pictures of all teachings. It's very simple, but it's very direct. It brings in the totality of 200 teachings, if you understand. Because now that you understand, you have created the soul of the man, the central energy that can absorb energy from its environment, that by receiving this energy, it balances back with those who created them, it feeds them and allows them in so many ways to divide. The vision of the cells as we see in the present life in the videos, that the egg and the sperm come together and then after a while they divide. How come they divide? Because this central point, what we call the completion of the soul, absorbs energy that becomes the feeder to the physical structure. The umbilical cord and the rest of it comes later, because this has already established it, and with it, it connects itself to physicality of the mother. Then, there is a crucial point in this. This is absolutely important for all of us to understand. And it's my wish that you all understand what is about to be said. Because this is what, as a human race, we have been craving for. We've been looking for. And we have killed many things without understanding this. Listen very carefully and comprehend what is about to be taught. Because if you understand this, you have found the secret to life in the universe. If you miss it, you need to go back and understand what you missed in the whole of the teachings. As I just explained, the creation of the soul in the center allows the absorption of the fields from the environment of the womb of the mother, that allows in receiving more for each cell to receive enough energy that they cannot hold on to, and they go through the division. This is how the cell of the man is fed. The umbilical cord is for clearance of the surplus energies that it needs to be once the physical part takes over. Before that, the life is independent. That's the point when the umbilical cord is made, the physicality become a leech on the back of the soul of the man. But what is crucial to understand is that the soul now is absorbing from the plasma of the womb of the mother and the environment, and in return feeds into what it led to its creation, the cells. And as they don't and cannot divide on themselves, what they have created now becomes the feeder of them. But the crucial point is, if the soul of the man from onset managed to absorb energy from the environment, why can't we do it now? What stops any one of us to go back to where we started from? Be a free plasma within the plasma of the womb of the mother, be a free plasma within the womb of the universe. Then, anywhere in space, you can feed yourself without the need to terms of physicality. Then, in this structure, man exists anywhere in the universe. Because now you decide, as a soul of the man, what to take as a food, as energy, as a way to live without killing, without destruction. And this is the whole purpose of these teachings. When the man learns to go back to origin of his own creation, before the leech of physicality attach himself to it, that man learns to exist in the depth of the universe without ever looking as another energy source, as a life food. Then we become the giver of energy, we become the giver of life, exactly the same way as when the sense soul was created, it start feeding without taking life from them. This is the change of the position of the man. This is the change where we understand now we become the creators. This is where our soul, when it's freed from our physical condition in the spans of the universe, becomes the feeder, becomes a star, becomes a new life in the span of the, what I call, life of the universe. As I said before, we never knew we were all nano-code, nano-makers when we cooked the first meat, when we start using a Chinese wok. Now you understand, in essence, within our soul, we have the knowledge, and in so many ways, goes back into the teaching of past 4 or 5 months, that always said, the brain of the man has no connection with the physicality of the man. Because even today, the brain of the man with the soul at its center is still feeding itself from the environment of the life, and proportions itself with the physicality to accommodate the physicality for its physical life and the physical soul of it. So now you understand, even today, as you think, I'm eating, I need the food to survive. In fact, your brain is getting fed by itself from the energy, plasmatic fields of the plasma of the womb of the earth, the womb of the solar system, in the womb of the universe. It's for us now to tap into this, to understand this, then we become independent of time, position and strength. Then we become independent of physicality. Then we decide when and where to manifest ourselves in the terms of our own condition, to create the balanced position with the rest of the entities, souls in the universe. I bless those souls who understand this knowledge, because then you have matured into understanding more. Then you comprehend fully that from the point of inception in the womb of the mother, we always knew how to absorb energy from the fields of the universe, and became the feeder from what we absorbed for the physicality, for the soul of physicality to take shape. And this is the way you convert yourself in the spans of universe from what we call the plasma of the creation to the plasma of physicality. Then man does not need to kill none. This is the knowledge which was given to Moses, and he did not deliver. Trust in the soul of the man. Because it's the essence of our creation, and this repeats itself anywhere in the universe. Then we understand we do not need to take energy as packages to stop or to absorb another cycle. Be it the fish, be it the land, be it the tree, be it the fruit or whatever. Now, maybe you understand why we thought about the gases at the beginning. Then we thought about the ganses. Now you understand the essence of teaching of the ganses was to show in the totality what is the physicality of the man. How the physicality is created. How we can lead to the creation of our own physicality anywhere, any point in the universe. If we manage to create the soul of the man to become the center, that he absorbs what the fields of the universe does not need, that the balance of it is transferred to the other souls, what we call the soul of physicality, for them to manifest themselves, then you understand the total teaching. We are here to serve and not to be served, because this is the purpose, this is the only essence of the creation of our soul. But collectively we receive, that collectively we can serve, that collectively we are here to repeat the same process. Then you understand, in totality, life is a mirror image of the existence of the Creator. Because that's what it does, that's what it do. This is how, if you go back to the teaching of the Keshe Foundation with all the knowledge seekers, we all came, we were served knowledge, and by understanding the knowledge, we start serving the knowledge in a bigger way that more could be served. We received a gift, and that gift, we gave it a gift in a bigger order to those who are ready to receive. This way, man is ready to enter universal transportation, communication, and existence without ever leaving this planet. As a soul. Because the soul of the man carries all the information needed, all the strength needed to be in communication or manifest itself in any dimension according to the strength of the wishes of the soul of the man. This brings us to a very important point. And my wish and my desire is that no man will ever abuse this, and as my command, no one shall be able to, even if they try. Now that you understood this, now that you understood this, a new games come into play. And that is, if you remember, in the Gans poles which we rotated, where we put the Gans of zinc, or Gans of CO2, or Gans of CH, or a Gans of copper oxide, When we rotated it as a given speed, they transferred the energies to the center and they took a physical position with the liquid transition. Where in fact, if we look at it, this is the soul of the man, this is the brain of the man, and this is the physicality of the man. But in interaction with physical structure of this planet, gravitational magnetic field, both inertia and gravity, this skin has dropped to create its own balance, which leads to the shape of the man. But if you look at it, in essence, the brain of the man and the soul of the man does not need it to change. Then, if we go a step further in the knowledge,